Hey guys, I didn't want to talk about this when my kids were awake and up and about, so it's pretty late right now. Um, Man, this is hard to talk about. So, yesterday when I was cooking dinner down my block a little bit, a house exploded. And many houses got severe damage. Some of them caused super, really bad fires. The whole block is torn up. They heard the explosion two towns over. That's how bad it was. And first responders, you have no idea how much we appreciate you. You immediately, when you got multiple calls, immediately got into action. You zoomed past my house in a huge line of nothing but first responders. And it wasn't just Oneonta. There was other towns that helped out too and stepped in. There was one man that passed away. This could have all been prevented. Now, from what I've heard, allegedly, they called NYSEG and said they smelled gas earlier in the morning. NYSEG came out, checked it, said everything was fine. They were in their house. They kept smelling gas. They called them up again. NYSEG came out. NYSEG was there for the explosion, but they weren't apparently by the house because they were not hurt. None of that. They declared it as human error is why this happened. But why didn't NYSEG allow these people to stay in their home when they were investigating gas? From what I know and what I've learned from people at that exact street and all of that NYSEG was there, called out, but they weren't even by the house. They didn't get hurt. They were there since 2 p.m. Now the house blew up at 5:30. They had all the time in the world to find the problem and fix it, but why the hell there are so many questions the whole town is wanting to know. Looking at the websites on Facebook for my county and area and seeing everybody lose their shit if they want to know the truth. They want to know what happened because if NYSEG was there since 2 p.m., why'd they let them stay in the house? Because a woman was saved by one of the neighbors until they found the man that died. So I hope I can get information soon about GoFundMe pages or anything I could do to just blast it over my social medias just to get anybody's help to help donate to do all these. Kids are terrified. That entire block where, blew up in just that mile radius, everybody was put to hotels or family members. And, I give props to my town because they all step in. Hotels you can stay here for free. Come. And I just keep getting a plate in my head, guys. Sorry. I couldn't sleep. I don't think I'm going to be sleeping tonight either. We're also getting snowstorm tonight, so whatever. It is absolutely heartbreaking that this man passed away of something that could have been prevented. And it's heartbreaking that so many kids now have PTSD. Adults do. Nobody could be in their home until they check for structural damage and more gas leaks. I want to know what NYSEG is doing for these people. Because you had workers there since 2. This could have been prevented. You're going to tell me for 3.5 hours, y'all couldn't find a leak, didn't get the people out of the house, you didn't do any of that. And then the house exploded and so many more houses were set on fire. Glass blown out windows. It was horrible. Was absolutely freaking horrible. I'm grateful my landlord took gas out of this house quite a few years ago. I was here when he did it. He took out and turned everything electric because he didn't trust it, which thank you for that, John. Gas have always terrified me. Having gas. I grew up with gas in the house. I grew up with all of that, and yeah. but I'm trying to get more information. Many people kept messaging me and emailing me to see if I was okay because it made national news. It's been all over everywhere what happened. And people were trying to make sure I was okay. Yes, it was in my area and my vicinity. Um, but it's like 4 minutes by car, 3 minutes by car that way. So I was out of the danger zone of it. Um, but it's just heartbreaking. You keep thinking about the families and the fear. We all heard the bang. We all heard the explosion. And I even said to Stevie, because I was cooking, I was like, that was an explosion. It had to have been a gas. It had to have been gas because I grew up in Long Island, the city, bro. I know the difference in the sounds, and I knew what it was. And then we just heard dozens of emergency people going that way. And it's like, oh, I wanted to find out were kids okay, because there's an elementary school literally a 2-minute walk down that road. And luckily, no kids were hurt, and I'm grateful for that. They're terrified, though. And I'm pretty sure they're going to have PTSD. The schools put out notice that, there's grief counselors and psychologists and everything for anybody who needs it. Because what happened was absolutely horrific. There's actual video footage online of how high the fire was and half the block was on fire. Guys, you have no one... nope, can't even speak. You have no understanding how bad this was. And in a small town, I just feel so bad for all these people. And I'm not going to be able to form great sentences, guys, with this. But when I do find the information, I'm going to put it out there for everybody to see. And if they want to donate, if they want to help, you are more than welcome to. When I get the information and put it out there, I will let everybody know. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm okay. And my prayers go to the family and the man that passed away during the explosion. It could have all been prevented. I can't talk about this. It all could have been prevented. I just hope justice is done. Help gets made for everybody who lives on that small block that can get the help. But I know my town all bands together when something happens. Something goes wrong, you need somebody, they got you. And even my son, he hasn't been able to get a hold of his friends. We know that no kid was hurt. But they lived on the block. And he knows they're probably placed somebody somewhere in a hotel or somewhere they don't know yet. And he can't get a hold of them, but he was worried. And we couldn't even go down there because everything was blocked off. Just to make sure that they're okay. But if you guys can just please prayer chain it up for my town and all the people that are on my block area that all the damage and fires happen to. And I will keep you guys posted on what happens. And when I ever get the links to, if you want to donate and help out, help these families that now have nothing. I love you guys. Thank you for watching this video. And definitely keep your prayers going, guys. Because Lord knows my town needs it right now.